Let it begin. Jerks! Shame! Jerks!
The jerk list.
I see all. There's too many jerks.
That's what I love about
Jerk!
the jerk list.
A severe penalty for being a jerk.
You're a jerk!
The jerk list.
Jerks! Jerks! What an outrage. Shame!
What a jerk.
You're a jerk! Jerk!
The jerk
There's
list.
too many jerks.
The jerk list.
Judge rules. Jerk! So it begins another week. Another gaggle full of jerks and creeps. Get ready to be smote, all yous. I'm going to start off close to home. He's sitting right next to me now. Josh the Butler. I'm working out of Jimmy Kimmel's manor. I've been railing against him for now more than a week. He's a butler for Kimmel, but when Kimmel's away and I'm doing this show 3 hours a day out of his house, I'm the lord of the manor. However, Josh the Butler refuses to acknowledge that. He's treated me like dirt, and in fact, the treatment has gotten worse with each passing day. Josh, Jimmy Kimmel wants to call you a butler. I got news for you. I call you jerk.
You know what? I can only work myself up now. I just work my way up.
Jerk! That's enough. Now listen, tonight is fine. The Pirates are playing. They're winning 1-0. But here's the thing. Tomorrow, the Penguins are going to be playing. Not just the Buccos, but the Pens are going to be playing a very important hockey game. Now, I don't expect that anyone's going to be listening to me tomorrow. So I'm going to need you. I need your support. I want to enjoy this game. I want to sit back and enjoy some beers while I watch it. I'd like some nice food, so on and so forth.
What's your choice of beer, by the way, out of curiosity?
Don't patronize me.
No, I'm just... If I brought you a Duels, that wouldn't be good enough, right?
No. Non-alcoholic beer would not be good enough. I'm not some prima donna. That's the thing. You have to see. Look how you act like I'm the problem in the equation.
How about some Abita? I think I was here one time, and you were just very intrigued that Jimmy had Abita beer here once. How about some of that? I could pick some of that up.
You warlock. You're trying to cast a spell so I can't follow along with
I'm
with
looking
the fact
forward
that
to
you're
tomorrow.
a jerk.
I'm telling
Guess
you.
what? My eye is still focused on the task at hand, namely the fact that you're a jerk. All right, now scram. I've had it with you. All right, now speaking of that hockey game, Ottawa coach Brian Murray. The series hasn't even started yet. He's already crying about Kid Crosby and Jarkko Ruutu playing up penalties, trying to draw up penalties, so on and so forth. Let me tell you something, Brian Murray. It's going to be a long and painful series for you. Another failure for you. Another playoff failure, and everybody's going to talk about what a bum you are, and so on and so forth. But you know what? You want to cry before the series even starts about Kid Crosby and Jarkko Ruutu? I'll give you something to cry about. You want that? You ready for it? Here it is. You're a jerk! Here's the problem with jerky behavior. It can be contagious. And up in Ottawa, apparently, it's a citywide epidemic. Because here's what I read today about just before I went on the air. I went on Ottawa's website, the Senators' website, and apparently they're not sold out for tomorrow's game. What? I thought that you people up there loved the sport. That would not happen in the Steel City, I guarantee you. Those games will be sold out. Hockey fans, Canucks, Senators, call yourself whatever you want. I got one name for all of you. Jerks! All right. Tell you what, I don't like doing this, but I do it. Listen, I don't try to cast you. I have to set aside my personal feelings, my morality, my ethics. And you're going to see that on display right here and now. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going on the list. And let me tell you why. Last regular season game over the weekend against the Rangers was punctuated after the game by them coming out, and they gave they gave people in the stands, they gave them their jerseys that they had just worn in the game. Nice gesture and all, but how about we give those things a wash, fellas? Then I'd love to wear it. You know, nothing I'd like better than getting Geno Malkin's sweater and having it, but they took it straight off their back, their sweaty jerseys, and threw them into the crowd. Ugh. You know what? Call it a classy gesture, call it a gift of a lifetime. I call it a jerk.
I can't turn the laser blaster on the Penguins.
Popeye.
Whoa.
Popeye. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Don't make me do it, Dave. Don't make me do it.
Popeye. Penguins for giving the fans sweaty jerseys. Jerks!
Now I'm
just
crying,
dodged a bullet.
I'm crying like that Indian on the commercial with the trash.
So be it. Listen, this is your first time. You're like you're like the guy who just got out of basic training and got sent over to the knob, you know? And I'm the grizzled vet calling the shots, you know? I'm showing you the ropes of how things are going to work around these parts, you know, out in the rice paddies and such. I understand that you have some reservations. You're going to learn in time to set those things aside and follow orders. Or you'll be replaced and you'll go out with the sting of the blazer on your backside.
I just want to let the Penguins know it wasn't anything personal.
Again, your apologies aren't necessary. Pull the trigger when spoken to. And that's that. All right, now there's some commercials going, but thank you just the same. All right. There's some commercials. I'm sure you've seen them. They get more sickening all the time. The last couple of years, there's been this trend where they have to give a personification of these terrible little physical problems that people have. You know, like people have toe fungus. So then they started making like a little cartoon on the commercials for the drug to cure us of the toe fungus guy. He's a little creature. He lives under there. It's disgusting. It's hard to look at. You know, there are things for, like, the creatures living in your ears and the bacteria and everything. Well, it's reached a whole new low now. Now they have one for something called Mucinex, which is the mucus in you, a.k.a. boogers. Take a listen to this character.
Here's mucus. We'll be up all night. Uh-oh. We're off the air. I need a new gig.
That's a booger talking, by the way, people. It's a cartoon booger. Ugh. I'm eating potentially. I am eating right now, and I'm eating some pistachio nuts, and while I'm thinking about it, it's making me sick. You know what, Mucinex? You might call yourself a miracle cure for boogeritis. I got another name for it, much simpler, easier to spell. Jerk! All right, as always, I like to mix a little sugar with the vinegar, and that's why each week I hand out the Get Out of Jerk Free card. Get Out of Jerk Free card is very valuable because, listen, we're all human. Well, not the booger cartoon guy. He's not human, but humans came up with him. Anyway, you can play the Get Out of Jerk Free card. You get it, and then any future jerkiness, you can play the card, sort of like a Get Out of Jerk Free card in Monopoly, to buy your way out of it. See? You're back to square if you get it. So, all right. With that said, this week, just read it a couple hours ago, the NHL lottery for the draft. They just had it, and I'm pleased to report that the Chicago Blackhawks won the top pick. I don't really care about the Blackhawks. What thrills me about it is that the Blackhawks had very low odds. They finished fifth worst overall, so their odds of getting it were very low. Conversely, the Philly Flyers, the hated ones, they should have had the top pick by percentages, but they didn't get it. They fell to second. So their futility hopefully will continue. And for this, I'm thrilled. Congratulations, Gary Bettman and the rest of the NHL, because not just did you save the Pittsburgh Penguins or play a hand in keeping them in the city of Pittsburgh, now hopefully you've helped continue the one season of futility for those hateable Philadelphia Flyers. You get the Get Out of Jerk Free card. And secondly, to Larry Burkhead, the father of Anna Nicole Smith. Now this guy, believe me, seems like a real scumbag of a guy. Don't get me wrong. But he laid down on top of that animal of a human being, made a baby inside of her, and now he's a multimillionaire for it. So I guess, you know what, congratulations to you. I wish I were you, and for that, you get the Get Out of Jerk Free card. All right, now back to the proceedings. First of all, Kevin Durant. Texas forward, dynamite, once-in-a-decade type ball player. Announced today he's going pro. He played one season in Texas. Was fantastic. It's not Kevin Durant that I wish to take down with the blaster. It's all these people, these pious people, who weigh in that this guy, even though he's on the cusp of making multi-millions, he should stay in school. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Shut up. You go to college to try and improve your lot. You don't do it so you can have good times. Well, the rest of us use it to have good times, but that's because we don't have multi-millions waiting for us a better time called the NBA. Guess what? Pious jerk who tells people who should be they should stay in college instead of making multi-millions. Guess what? You're a jerk. Check your yaps. Creeps. Okay, one more, and then we got to get to the creep of the week here. Rangers goalie Henrik Lundquist. They love him up in MSG. All the blue shirts are in love with this guy because he stood on his head for the second half of the season and pretty much carried those Rangers into the playoffs. Hopefully we can dispatch them after we take care of the Sens. Anyway, you know, certainly not in the Igloo where they have a couple of fat guys come out and scrape the ice in between whistles. They come out, clean the ice off. A lot of other places, this happened. I noticed this out in L.A. at some of the games I went to out here, both at Kings games and Ducks games when I saw the Pens play those teams earlier this season. They have foxes come out, scantily clad foxes come out, and these girls, they clean the ice. And, as I say, as the added bonus, they're foxy. You know, they wear the tight little pants and these little outfits and everything. Well, I guess Henrik Lundquist, I don't know what goes on over in Europe, but I guess they don't like the ladies as much because one of them was doing the squeegee on the ice. One of the foxes was doing the squeegee on the ice, and he hit her squeegee with his stick and knocked it out of her hand. What kind of scumbag behavior is that? Who do you think you are, Henrik Lundquist? A fox out on the ice trying to do her work? And then, when the girl was trying to go back to get off the ice, she claims another one of the Rangers spit on her. Blue shirts, possibly gay. Here's one word that defines you for sure. Jerks! All right. And now, with that, it's time for the creep of the week. Creep, creep, creep of the week, of the week. He or she is the creep of the week. Matter of fact, this week, it's not really he or she, unless, I guess, you count Mother Nature as a she, which I guess she is. And here's what it is. It's global warming, or lack thereof. You know, I've heard a lot about it. I saw the movie. I saw Gore's picture and everything. And all the scientists say, every last one of them, with the exception of a couple of kooks out there, say, oh, yeah, it's absolutely a reality and everything else. Well, how about this? Maybe the Cleveland and Pittsburgh and these places didn't get the memo. Cleveland, that had its entire first series snowed out. Pittsburgh, PA, where the people went out yesterday and froze as they watched some bum shut out the Buccos. Where's the global warming? I thought it was supposed to be hot everywhere now. Can't have frigid temperatures in April. What gives? Snow in June? Is that next? Is that what's going to welcome me as I pull my car into the city of Pittsburgh? Guess what? Hey, global warming, here's an inconvenient truth for you. You're the creep of the week. That's it. Get me out of this crap. Stinking jerks.